You wouldn't believe it, would you? I'm a sucker for punishment, but I've got something new to try, otherwise I wouldn't have been here. And there you have it. Laugh as you will, laugh as you will, but I've got breaded bait out there in the water, and for sod's law I'm doing a wishbone rig with sweet corn. I've also chucked bread out there with sweet corn, but here I am, I'm at the Tidal estuary. I'm next to the firing range. There's no Tom, I am on my own. So let's cut for the intro. Let's cut for the intro. I'll bring you back in a minute, because it's as exciting as that. Cut for the intro. Right, let's get this in. Let's get this in. I'll do the sweet corn first. Right, well, we have got, I was going to bring boilies, but I forgot to buy them, didn't I? So, I was bringing sweet corn as well, and I'm going to mix it in the ground bait and chuck it out there. So, but we've got the sniper rod. I wish I'd have brought my river reels, but I haven't, so I've got this. Set the drag. So drags are set. Only, you know what I've gone and done, don't you? I've only gone and forgot my net. So I've got to go back now and get it. It's only over there, which for me is a long way. But this will be, if I don't get it, will be the day I catch one. So I was going to try sweet corn with boilies, and had to have some, you know, hookable boilies that I can have on there and chuck in the water, because I've been told that people catch them with boilies. So it'll just have to be saved for next year now. I just forgot. I also forgot to get my fly line as well, so I need to go and buy that and do a bit of practicing on the front garden, I think. Get my hand in or something like. But look, we're here. I can't catch sat in the cottage watching the Fall Guy or on the buses, as nice as that is, and I can't catch if I'm sat in the pub having a few Corby blondes. I can't do that either, as nice as that would be. But when I leave here, it will be shower and a few pints of blonde before we come home and have our jack of potatoes and chilli, and then hopefully go back to the pub just for one. I don't get drunk. I've got more news to tell you, so that'll be coming up shortly. We are back here at the estuary. When I left with Tom, even though we saw fish and I actually fed mullet because they were eating my bread, they never ate the bread on the hook, and then my bread got so dry that it just came off and give up the ghost. Because if it isn't soft and sticky and you leave it open to the air, it dries out and it won't stay on your hook. So I've learned that before but forgot about it, and now I've remembered it again. But I'm here, we're giving it a whirl. Don't laugh at me if it's yeah, don't laugh at me because I'm using sweet corn. You gotta try everything, haven't you? Perhaps I should have brought a spinner and just caught one with a spinner, because apparently that's really easy. Rod's waving about up there, but I've got it up there to keep it out of this weed. So that's why I brought the 2 small rods. I've got a Penn Spin Fisher 5500 long cast. Here it is. And that is on my Daiwa Kenzaki sniper rod, coupled up with a Penn Fisher 2500 live liner on a Auger Raider 9'4", I guess. I've always wanted to catch a mullet on that, and hopefully I will one day. Who knows? But like I say, I ain't gonna catch one stood in the pub or sat in the pub or anywhere else. So I'm here, it's gonna be a short session. I'm just gonna relax after I've gone and got my net. Fucking hell. Yeah, another black mark for me with the old YouTube. Too early in the video. Right then, it is windy, it is blowing from the east. I thought that was really good, but apparently you need a bit of chop on the waters up there. But then when there's chop on the waters, I don't catch anyhow, so I think I'm just useless. See you in a bit. Well, here we are. We are tearing up the bread in a haphazard fashion, rubbing it in my hands to try and crumb it up. Tide's coming in. I don't know if you can see, but it is coming in. I'll break the crumbs cross up in little bits. I've got some balls of bread that I've just crushed in my hands. They'll still be there when the tide's gone out, but it is putting a scent out there and a smell. I've got some sweet corn in some of it. What do you do? I was going to go up to a Whitehaven. I still haven't decided, but believe it or not, I haven't ever fished in such a public and filmed in such a public place. And I'm not shy about walking through any city or town with the camera on talking. But I've never fished, so I may do it, I may not. The other factor is that going to Whitehaven is just over an hour. Ain't a bad drive, but I just don't know if I can be asked. Probably I should be. I've done the bag up. This is all the bait I'm putting in. I've done it up. So I've got a few slices in there for if I want to do bread floating on the surface. And that's my bread in there. I'll try and crumb it up a bit more, just rubbing it through my hands. So I may go to Whitehaven. But I have got another fishing trip scheduled. I'll tell you more about that in a minute when I've done this. Right, let's get some water in there. I am sorry about that noise, but I ain't got no silicone spray. There might be some polish at the house. Get the bread in. Spoon. Get the water in, sorry. Get the bread in. I've put the bread in, Vernon. Bloody numpty. Too much. Got to make sure all the air's out though, that's the thing. If you don't get the air out, it just floats. So you have to squash it with a spoon. I'll put a bit more water in this, and I'm using the back of the spoon to push it against the side. Squeeze the air out of the bread. Yeah, that's what I did wrong last time. Tiny bit more. Let's get this proper mushy. That's probably too much, but I doubt it. Yeah, it might be. And then the special I am sorry about that. Please don't unsubscribe because I've got a squeaky bloody camera. Right. Special ingredient. Macaroni cheese. We're going all out this year, aren't we? Just for you that don't believe. Macaroni cheese. Probably should have got two. Put another bit of bread in there. A little bit. The rods ain't moved as far as I'm aware. They haven't. Let's put you over here. The rods ain't moved. I've seen someone catch fish on macaroni cheese on its own. He moaned all the way through it. He probably caught 200 carp and moaned about it. You worked that one out. Might as well just be fishing for whiting, ain't he? So if I caught 200 fish on macaroni cheese, I'd be chuffed to bits. I'm hoping this tide's coming in a long way. I might have to put some of this in and save some for when it recedes, but the water is in. too wet. But I'm chucking it upstream. I'll chuck so much in. If it's all chucked upstream, and I'll have some that'll dry out. Yeah, some will dry out. I'll leave it in the sun, but it is sinking, leaving a patcher. A lot of that's floated away. Oh, you bastard. But some of it has sunk down in the weed. And that's all you want, isn't it? I keep getting told I bait too much. So I shall leave this. In the sunshine like that. It's all a struggle for me. I've chucked loads up there that's in that little pool place where my bait is, and it'll be there for a while. In fact, it's left a mark on the water now, but the bits that are floating down aren't floating that quick, so there'll be bits in there amongst the weed. The rest has floated down, so if there's any mullet up there, they'll swim upstream, won't they? And they come down on the ebb right close anyhow, so we'll just see what happened, won't we? I'm going to put all these bags in one bag, shove them in my that last dollop of water was too much, wasn't it? There's always something in there. It's a learning curve. How many times you got a mullet fish before you start getting good? How many years? I would say quite a few. Let's get this reeled in, have a look. I need to put some tape around that because the fucking, I don't know. It's a never-ending story with me. Right, let's get it reeled in. How does the sweet corn come off? Right, I might phone John up. I might phone John up for some advice. I'm going to chuck some sweet corn in that bloody bread and all. Numpty, forgot. expect I've got the wrong sweet corn, haven't I? I expect I've got tinned sweet corn, and I probably should have got fresh sweet corn. That's the seagulls you can hear. That's the seagulls you can hear. Eating my bread that's gone down there. I chucked it out a long way. Right, who's that texting me? There you have it, another choo-choo. Right, I'm gonna reel this sweet corn in, bait up, because I've just baited up over there some bread sweet corn mix and macaroni cheese. So this has only been out a few minutes. I don't believe it, the bread's gone. The sweet corn's gone. I bet you I've got the wrong flipping sweet corn, haven't I? Well, what I've done is, there's a little gully. There's a little cutout in the bank. And I've baited it up in there with bread. So I shall dump it. I'm just going to place it in. I'm not casting it, I'm going to place it in. And I'll be able to keep an eye on the sweet corn, won't I? So come with me and you will see. Yeah, I'm just going to place it in. I've baited up down there. I'll show you. There's bits floating again. Nothing's proper. But here, look. Can you see that down there? I've got it that loose now so it don't make this noise. You just have to put up with it. I've got to put up with it. Right, let's see what this... That's floating. Sweet corn's floating on one bit. Let me go put the rod back. That's alright, that's in there. Right, so you can see that, can't you? Let me just, fucking thing. Right, you can see that. My bread and sweet corn's waving about up there, and two bits are on the floor. And it's still on there. So it's either coming off in the cast, or there's little fish out there nibbling it, but we'll see in a minute. We've got that bait there, we'll come back to that shortly. That is bread, macaroni cheese and sweet corn. So we'll come back, and so I've never done that before. We can keep an eye on it, can't we? Of course, there's it riveting in it, riveting stuff. You never had it so good, have you? Tide is coming in quite quickly. And I am on a high bit here. It's about 2 foot away from my feet. It's coming around me. Time is now 18 minutes past 1. High tide is at 1:25. So we've got another 7 minutes and tide will be high. Give or take a few, might be an extra 2 or 3, 4, 5 minutes either side. So I'm not anticipating getting pushed off here, and I don't mind stuff getting wet because I can put everything I don't want wet, I can put up. Oh, seagulls are having a good cackle. So I can keep an eye on that bait there. And what I'm going to do is, I've baited up a pulley rig for the sniper rod, and when I get up I shall reel that in, chuck that out, because there has to be a flipping bass out there. It's got to be. I should have bought my little tiny rod stand now, because I could have had that rod literally underneath where it is. I've got the line loose. It's taut but loose. It's blowing in the wind. So I'm going to turn you off now. I'm going to have a sit down and watch this tide, because if it comes in hugely, it's coming behind me. I'll show you. Can you see it down there? And it's behind me there. You can see all that, can't you? And it's right behind over there. And then there's me. And then we've got it in front. So I am on a bit of an island, but I did pick this lump that I'm sat on because it is high. But what a beautiful day, isn't it? Rods are out. And we'll just have to see what happens today, eh? Wish me luck. I think I'm gonna need it. I wish I'd have got the boilies. I literally got up there and forgot. And then I was at Matt's Baits, and yeah, I forgot. But I don't think he sells carp bait. He might do. I didn't look, to be honest. And I didn't think then either, so I'm just useless, isn't I? And those ragworm that I bought, well, I'll be honest with you, a packet of them got wet with squid juice in the paper. And when I got them and took them out to give them some salt water that I collected and give them a refreshment, they were all dead. There was a few twiddling about, so I saved them, put them in a tub, put water in, changed it 10 minutes later and put some more water in, and changed it the next day. And when I chucked them in this water, there was one that was alive and wiggling, and he was wiggling in the water and disappeared. The rest just floated down, so it's ground bait in it. So I was quite disappointed. They only stayed alive for a day, but I did say to him, how long will they last? And he went, they're probably dead by Sunday. And I thought, no way, because they looked really good, real good condition. But yeah, he was right, they were dead. What a waste of time buying them, I think. I was right chuffed getting them because they looked really good bait. I can't say they didn't. They were really good. I've got worse bait locally to me that's been absolute shit. But yeah, dead within 2 days. But I think it was the squid juice. Who knows? I don't know. But I'll go back there and buy some more because it is good, but you need to buy what you're going to use that day and the next day, and then that's probably it. I wanted to buy enough worm to last me all week, because I thought if I kept changing the paper and putting them in the fridge, they'd be all right. But it must have been the squid juice, that's all I can say. But I will get some more from him. Nice enough lad. I should sit down now. I'm going to turn you off, phone John up. And then go check my sweet corn on that hook. I am in a bit of a predicament. Yeah, no movement on the rods, but the water's at front of me to my bucket here. And then I've got water literally all around me, as you can see, to here. But the water is here. Now, high tide by my book at Whitehaven, Whitehaven is 25 past 1, and the time now is 1:28. So it shouldn't get any deeper. If it does, and the water comes across the grass, that'll be a new experience for Verns sea fishing. Don't forget to click that subscribe button, click that thumbs up button, and drop me a comment. I'm still asking for everybody to watch this video to give me a thumbs up, because I need to kickstart this channel again from where I was and not where I am at the moment, because it's grim when you've been a naughty boy against YouTube's regulations. Look at this, I don't believe it. Oh, I knew it was going to do it. It did it the other day, but it's a bigger tide. And there's an hour's difference from when I come the other day. Now it's 2 hours difference in tide. But obviously it's a bigger tide. I am cut off. Look, my feet are dry. Worst thing can happen, it ain't gonna come up to the top of my boots. The bottom of my box is waterproof. My bread's getting wet. Shit. Bread's in water. Bread's in water. Ah, she ain't gonna like that, is she? Soft. Soft and gooey to the last slice. Alright, you get this in there. Get that in there. There's not a lot you can do, Vernon, is there? Bread in there as well. Just get it all in there. Right. Such is life. At least I've got a new waterproof dry bag, because my old dry bag was leaking. We'll put that there. Let's go check. Proper mullet fishing now, isn't it? I'm fishing, it's like bass fishing. John's just told me nobody fishes for mullet with sweet corn. Well, this guy does, because I'm doing it today, and the sweet corn is still on. Thank God for that. Now, I know they ain't going to come in there, but I just wanted to see if the sweet corn stayed on. And I've breaded it, so we don't know, do we? I've breaded out there. You can see the white bits. That's all bread. So, Jesus Christ, what a pickle. Good job the wife didn't come down. She's in the van. She's reading the red book. Apparently she's got to read the red book before the blue book. So, according to the daughter. ain't worried because I know the tide's going to go out shortly. Right, nothing on that then. I've caught seaweed because it's actually on the hook. There's not a lot I can do, is there? I forgot to get the boilies. I had 2 attempts at getting the boilies, or 2 chances, and I forgot each time. People keep turning round over there. I do worry. I am now in water. I've got water up. Oh shit, don't let any more water get in my bait bag, in my bait bucket. Oh, I'm alright. I've got another couple inches to go yet. It's a right state, I'll tell you. My tripod, I'm gonna have to wash my tripod because that's in the water. Jesus, I'm up past the top of my boots, look. Well, it's a good job I went fishing down there, isn't it? I don't know what the tide is today, but I've learned a lesson. This is the biggest tide I've ever fished in this river, because normally, normally it's, ooh, bugger, that's down there. I'm definitely on ibit there. There's ibit here. That's an ibit. It's nearly up to the top of my tripod. Right, it's quite a good cast. It's quite out a long way. Right, we're definitely fishing for bass there. Right, there is no holes in the bottom of my basket apart from where the bolts go through. Let me check me inside my box. Oh, we're dry at the minute. Look at this. Can you see this? Absolutely fantastic. I wouldn't recommend you do this. My bait's down there. Nothing on it. If there's any mullet coming, they'll be coming soon. Worst case scenario is I'll just put a some squid on this mullet rig rod, but when the tides start going out, we'll then revert to bread, floating bread, and hopefully something will happen. See you in a bit. Well, it's got to be tide going out now. because it's not going from around my feet. As you can see, the water's there, look, you can see it all around, can't you? I am in water. If the tide was another couple 100 mil or another 100 mil, yeah, 8 inches to you oldies, I would be worried. I am on the highest bit of land here, but my box is 3 inch underwater. The bread that was in the water, I have now put my hand in and it looked dry, but then when I squidged it, it was wet. So some water had got in the bread bag. So I've mixed that in with my ground bait, and now it is proper stodgy, so I can now throw balls in. And as this tide goes out, I shall chuck some bread around, because on the ebb you normally see the mullet coming in. It is a big tide today. It's the biggest tide I've ever fished here. Like you can see going back to the van. It's beautiful, isn't it? I think it's absolutely fantastic. Over my shoulder and down there, and just in that hollow there is my bait. I can see the bait and the sweet corn is still on it. And before you all start laughing about the sweet corn, I tried the rag, because the rag when I was fishing there 2 days ago with Tom was absolutely, there was nothing wrong with it. It was really good rag. And it was the other pack that I killed, I think. And thought I could see some of it. It's the waves just clipping over and they're going silver. So I tried rag. There was mullet here and they didn't touch it. They didn't like it, they didn't want it. So I've been here fishing. I have tried bread many times. I've tried maggots, which I was told by an old boy who was in his 70s, late 70s, fishing with his lad. His lad caught a bass, and he said, if you want to catch them mullet, the best thing you can use here are maggots. So I tried maggots. That ended in a disaster, as in the fridge had them crawling all everywhere on our day of going, and we had half an hour to clean the fridge and get it, all of them out, and we had to check everywhere in that fridge. It was stripped out and cleaned. So that was a nightmare. I ain't doing that again. I then did the ragworm this year, and bread, no joy. I got them Saturday 2 days ago, taking the bread, coming into the bread 15 yards away from me and eating it, but not the bread on the hook. And then the bread was too dry and kept coming off the hook. So what have I got left to try? I've got boilies to try, which I was meant to bring this week. But if you ain't got them here, how on earth can you fish from here? So on the sniper rod, I've now got a pulley rig out there with a size 1 hook on it for a bass. I've seen bass here up to 50 centimeters being caught. That bait is perfect, it'll take that. There can't be much else in there. The water's going down now because I've got a post over there, right over there, that you can see now is about 4 inch of water. 4 inch of water mark on the post, and here I've got about 1.5 inches down here, which was about 4 inch of water. I am sat, this box is sat on the highest spot, and down there it was like 3 or 4 inch of water, and it's going down. So Verns not going to get washed away. There will be another dreadful fishing video for mullet again on YouTube from Verns Sea Fishing. that you will have to endure. But look, nobody can fault me for trying. You might say you're wasting your time, but I was going to try sweet corn. Go on YouTube and see people catching with macaroni cheese, and I'm not fishing with it to catch. I'm just put it into the ground bait. I've just put it in. It's just another scent, isn't it? What else do I do? You've got to try everything, ain't you? If I could get maddies, I'd be using maddies. If I could get white rag, yeah, I would use white rag and nothing else. If I was better at fishing for mullet, I would use bread more professionally. But I'm doing what I can do. For all of you that are watching this, I really appreciate it. Also, I want to say a big thank you to all the subscribers and followers of this channel that watch week in, week out. For your support. If it didn't have that, there wouldn't be a channel here, because it wouldn't be worth putting anything up, would it? I would still put videos up, but I'd probably put up 1 or 2 a month, or 1 a month, or heaven's sake, let's just suggest I put up just every time I catch. But no, I'm here putting it out, and if it weren't for you lot that keep the faith, and I might say something that might offend you, you know, about this, that and the other, knit one, pearl one, uni parties, Brexit, heaven's sake, sightless, you know, for all you that stay with me and just take it for what it is, thank you very much. I can't thank you enough. But tell your family and your kin and everything else and people you know to come and watch my channel. Not just to subscribe, I want you to watch it. Right, I can let this tripod down now a bit. I stood it up high, I had to get it out of the water. It is windy, I'll give you that. It is. Ha! There's a van in the under the bridge, look. Can you see that right over there? Tom might whiz in on it. I don't know why he stopped. Because if that was me, I would have kept going through that. But it looks to me, I nearly brought my telescope, I wish I had now. Looks to me as though he stopped, I don't know why. He should have kept going and got out. I can't think that the engine would cut out. But my missus said it was just under the 3 foot mark. So it's about 2.5 foot, there must be 2.5 foot now. What a numpty. Oh, don't laugh, Vernon, because if I get over there and he's still like it, I'll end up towing him out. Right, let's get this reeled in. Let's see. I'll check this out and let's see if it stays on. Brilliant. We'll bring that in a few minutes. They're all walking in the water over there. Like, there's 3 of them gone in the water over there to that van. All they got to do is wait for the water to subside and then tow it out. It's not hard work. They just got to sit there. It was their own fault for driving through it. I've been there before and it's been like 4 or 5 foot water through there. And you just turn around and wait. Turn around or you wait, that's it. Some people just can't. You don't know what they. You don't know what they got at school, do you? Oh, Ben, you can't say that. Well, I just did. Oh, that's better now. I think it is. Once this water goes down and I can get on the bank down the bottom, I shall bread out there. At the minute it's just floating, so there's not a lot I can do, but some of it will sink. I didn't get here in time really. I was about half an hour too late to get water in the bucket, get baited up, chuck it all around in the seaweed and stuff where I wanted it, where I then cast to or tried to. But you know, it's going up and down, isn't it? There'll be something in the water. This water is going down, you can see it now. We're now around here, water's gone. It has. We've still got water behind, it goes in the field. It cuts off the path that you go over there. And we've now got, soon be down onto that bank I was walking on originally. And I can get baited up. Because the water will go down, and what'll happen is it'll be shallower there, won't get very long. But if you remember on 2 days ago, that's when these mullets started showing up. So if I get this bred in, then it'll be there for them. It might just bring them in, show them some interest, and then I shall revert back to the bread on the float. So what I'm going to do now is bring in the old sniper rod. So I was stood here, and the water was about 5 inches to the top of my welly. You wouldn't believe it, would you? That whole squid has gone. So all that's out there is bloody crab. I'll get another squid baited up, get it on, get it out. Just missed that, but that's a cargo train. Matey boy's still stuck under the bridge. They're all stood around. They already got to wait for the water to go and push him. Why haven't he phoned? They only got to push him off the road and then phone the air up, haven't they? Or a local garage to tow him out. And I ain't towing him out. I'm gonna get in my van and I'm gonna have a cup of coffee. Make of that what you may. Right, we've got another squid on there. Cast this way. That is not so far out, probably third of the distance. It is at least third of the distance, so probably bring in the sweet corn in a minute. We'll leave it out for a bit. I might actually put a bit of squid on, but if I do that, you got no chance in here, have you, Vern? I know what you're all saying. John's already told me I got no chance, but John ain't fished there, and ragworm don't work. So I've done what John told me to do. That took me an hour to get the bait, an hour back. That's 2 hour round trip to buy fucking bait. And it's that dainty that a bit of squid juice killed it. Can't believe that. Oh dear, I'm gonna have a glass of water. I've got a sandwich in there actually, I might have something to eat. Take my mind off it, eh? Take my mind off it. That was a mullet right in front of me. One piece of sweet corn on. Time for the breadfruit, I think. We have got mullet in front of us. They are now wakening up. As I walk to the riverbank, the mullet, jumped the water. They are always here. I just ain't good enough to catch them. Hey, he's there. Bloody hell, Vernon, I can't even get the fucking rig on. Swivel. That's on. Right. Back to the bread now. Keep the bread done up, Vernon. And we've got the breaded pasty on there, you know, the breaded pasty that never fails. Perfect. Someone just shouted stop down there. So we've got an AA van there. Yeah. An AA van, three really helpful people that are shouting. Just let tide water go out. Right, I can see my bait. I've got bread sticks all around there, look. All floating, not really going anywhere quickly. And there I have got, I can see both my floats, and the bread is 10mm away from the float. I've got that like that so I can tell when the bread goes away. And it worked really well at the weekend because Tom could see it every time it floated off. We've got fresh bread on there, it's nice and gooey, it's still on there. So there was a mullet, I don't know whether you saw it or heard it on camera, but it was just down there, broke the surface, and that's exactly where I baited up earlier. But I'm talking very loud. So I'm gonna go in this water now. You can watch me. We'll get baited up, so it'll scare any fish that are there now, but hopefully that bread is drying out quite nicely, but after all that, I've missed them pulling the van out. But more importantly, we got some ground bait in. Some has floated, and it's over there. But my float and piece of bread is still there. I am still fishing with the same bit of bread on the hook, Tom. It's all in keeping that bread soft. Don't let it dry out. So what? We'll put some silicone on that because it does my head in, and I'm sure it does yours in, but what can I say? Well, I got the van out. They haven't bothered my missus, which I was worried about. And the AA turned up really quick. They must have said we're blocking the road and we're underwater and it's tidal, so they must have shot straight air. But I guess he's going to try and get the van going now. That's moving a bit. Bait is still on the hook. I shall now. I'm going to walk down there and I'm going to chuck out lots of floating bread because it always works. Not a lot else to do. Right, I'm gonna go put some more ground bait in. It was my mistake. That wasn't an AA van that towed them out. It was the van there who are now going sailing. I'm gonna get some more of this. I need to let it go down a bit more. My lines are there. It's alright, I reckon you've just gone round it. You can always just fucking ignore me. See that? Yeah, I just told him my lines are there and he just looked at me and kept going. What a How far have you got to go to get away from fucking stupidity? Fucking miles. And then there's always a fucking dickhead somewhere, isn't there? We've got a renowned rig from a fisherman who fishes for mullet on there. I've also found it on YouTube. So there you have it. We've got pasties on the end of it. So the white van was towed out by the yellow van, which was that dickhead that just went past me without any consideration. You had that swimmer the other day who I thought I'd have trouble with, and she was the loveliest swimmer that I've ever come across. First one, in fact. So polite, she even come down and had a chat with us before she went in the water again. And then you got fucking idiot in his red t-shirt. Should have realised really, because he was the one that was walking in 2.5 foot of water to have a chat with the bloke in the van. Anyhow, that's that over with. There's always some drama, isn't there? Sorry about my potty language, but that's the era I was brought up in. the education that I got, and at 57 I don't give a fuck. Look at them fells. This is where I am. This is where to come to be tranquil, calm, and really chilled out. I'm gonna reel that rod in now. I've got squid and crab bait. Squid with a hull crab that I'm now gonna put on this. Can't believe it. Another whole squid eaten. It's not been out long, 20 minutes. I would have brought it in sooner, but I've had other stuff to deal with. See you in a bit. I'm going to bait this up and then I'll bring you back for the chuck out. Right, I'm going to go down there and cast this out. Squid and crab it is. I don't know how, but I think Dickhead in the boat actually heard me. Because I do speak loud for the camera, you see. So he's now over there. Fitter. I've got to stop because I'll start mumbling. I'm a little bit wound up. Got to calm down, got to calm down. So we've got bread on a wishbone rig out there, 2 pasties on it as they call it, which they'll float. I've seen one mullet break water earlier on. Water's gone right down now, so I can go out now and chuck some more ground bait in. I might just wait until I can see the mud because it'll be shallower. Rods ain't gonna. I want it. What would it be like, yeah, if that rod just arched over and took line off the reel? Set your drag, Vern. Drag won't set. So now we've got a van parked opposite my van, and a Tesco's delivery van has got past. And there's a blue car. I think they're talking to the 2 women, but it wouldn't surprise me if they look at the gap and think, Christ almighty, I can't get through there in a little Nissan Micra, and a Tesco's food delivery van went through. But you do get them like the cyclists. And you don't, up here you get a lot of cyclists fannying about. I mean, the 2 cyclists that you should have, here I go, boatman, knobhead, dickhead twat over there has now got me started, hasn't he? So I'm mumbling to myself as though I'm mad, mooning about that dick, because it helps me calm down. He didn't even get tangled up with me, did he? But he nearly did. And I talked to him and he just fucking blanked me. No, oh sorry mate, I didn't realise, because you're fucking what are you doing, having a barbecue there, or are you fishing? I can go down there and put the rest of this bait out and try and get some water in that bucket, it's going to take some washing. And if I don't wash that, it will stink in a few days. And that's the toilet bucket for my van. I've got to have that done. I don't do it in the bucket, I do it in a bag in the bucket, and I've got a seat that sit on top of it. There's only luxury for my wife, only luxury. I wouldn't want her behind a hedge having a wee. But that bucket, we were talking about this in the pub the other night, that bucket gives us freedom. We can go wherever we want, where we want, whenever we want. You ain't got to think, oh God, I'm gonna need a toilet. Just go on the bucket. Yeah, well that's good. Talking about that, it's made me forget about what I was going. Oh, cyclists, that's right. So there's two sorts of cyclists, isn't there? Well, no, there ain't. There's a dickhead one that I'm related to, and then there's others. My bait's still there, you see. Some will get them crabs, or that'll show you. Crabs or seagulls will get them. Yeah, in my world, there's the cyclists that are allowed are those that got a paper round, because they needed to do a paper round. Don't get that anymore, do you? Those that have got to have a boat to get to work, yeah. Those that get on their push bike at a weekend and they've got shorts on and shirt on with sleeves rolled up and a satchel on the back, and they're with their mates and they've got sandwiches wrapped up in greaseproof paper and they're going for a picnic. They're the only cyclists there should be. Any that are dressed in lycra, yeah. And if I'm losing subscribers now, I'm losing subscribers, innit? If you can't take this, you can't take it. Those with lycra, and I'm sure those with lycra when they're in a car and they're behind a lycra clad idiot, yeah, I expect they're mooning as well when they take all the road up and flag you because you give them 4 foot of space and that's not enough. Lycra's going. Didn't hit my van, that's the main thing. Right, that's it now. I've had enough. Like I say, I said to Tom the other day, struggling, aren't we, boy? And he says, yeah, we are. And we talked about it in the last video that you've watched. And I said to him, and I don't help matters, do I? Because I'm opinionated, so that don't get you anywhere. It don't get you anywhere in life. It don't get you anywhere in work. It don't do any favours. You just got to be a yes sir, no sir, yes that's not a problem, and you get on. I've proven that. Wife will agree, that's how you get on in life. Be a one of them people. But that ain't what I am, and that ain't how my channel. I said to Tom, I could be all happy and whoa, look at this, oh, and this is great and whatever. Life ain't like that. Life ain't like that. Life's about crap and dealing with it. And one moment you think you're in, it can't get any worse, and then it gets slightly better for you to get worse again. That's life. And anyone that don't get that, well, what a fantastic life they lead. But that ain't me, so that don't help my channel. Fishing, popular, but not all that popular, especially if you like me. And then I'm opinionated on politics. Should never talk about politics or war. And I don't think there's a single war in this world at the minute that should be fought. I think they should all be stopped. That's quite a wide spectrum, isn't it? That's all of them. I could say one about one really far away, but then that wouldn't be good for my channel either. So some things you can't talk about. Can't talk about religion. There's only one religion as far as I'm bothered about, and that's Christianity. But after saying all that, it's quite nice there. Just keep that fucking boat away from me. Right, I'm going down there now to bait up because I can see the mud. I don't know if you can. This ain't gonna go well. I'm gonna take you with me. I ain't got nothing to hide. It'll all float away because I didn't make the ground bait right. You see, if I pick this ground bait up and squeeze it into balls, yeah, which is what it should be, it's, my hands get all dirty and I don't want it. So I'm afraid this is it. Right, let's just give it a pat of cake, bait this man, knock the air out so it sinks like a pan. There, what do you reckon to that? If I chuck it all the way down there, it's the worst baiting up I've done since I've been mullet fishing. That's just frightened the fish away, isn't it? Right, I'm going to get another squid baited up for my sniper rod because I suspect the crabs are on it now and they're eating squid and their brother, Mr. Crab. So that's that washed, rinsed. But I'm going to have to wash it at home properly because it will stink. I'll try. This wind's picked up a bit. Well, I certainly put the effort in. The struggle. other bait's been out 10 minutes. I'll give it 5 more, and then that's half of what it was last time, or a little bit more. But oh dear, I'm feeling the same as I did when I left with Tom. I think I've got one more session left here, and that'll be next year with boilies, and then after that I'm having some break from mullet fishing. There you have it. Keep this done up, Vernon, because if you don't, it'll dry out. Right, I'm gonna sit on that. I'll do that again. Water's going down, nearly finished. It's been a nice day. Don't know why I let my tossers ruin it for me and let me get all aerated, but that's who I am. That's the sort of person I am. I'm a bit like a stick of dynamite, or nitroglycerine, let's say. That's a bit more volatile, isn't it? And that's me. That's who I am. So if I weren't like that, I wouldn't be the person I am, would I? Gifted person I am. Fucking hell. What's the best thing you ever done, Vernon? Well, I'll tell you what it is. I had 2 children. That's the best thing I've ever done. Yeah, I'll bring this other one in 5 minutes. I've got a squid baited up. I'm gonna chuck that out. But there's just shitloads of crabs out there, which you would then think, wouldn't you? You would then think that due to the fact there's so many crabs in the water, robbing the bait and just leaving the bait elastic on, that there'd be loads of fish here, wouldn't you? Because in this grass, I kid you not, if you look for them, you can see little tiny crabs this big and bigger, crawling all around in here. And that's what all the holes are in the bank underneath. There's all back holes there. That's what all this air is coming out. When the tide comes in, it pressurizes all the air that's in this soil, trapped through all the entry from the holes in the bank, and then it just rises through the loose soil in the ground. I've got some canoeists over there, look, miles away from me. But so what I'm saying is, loads of crabs out there, loads of crabs on the bank, all different ages, all different sizes, and there I am, there's no fish. Christ almighty, you would think that there was a schoolie bass out there, because what's the difference fishing here than it is in fishing in the River Nene or the Humber? There is bass in there. They're just all gone on the holidays. Right, let's go and reel this in. Some bloke just walked his dog down there with his missus. She's got trainers on. He walked across the muddy bit and got to the other side, and she couldn't get across. He didn't walk with her, hold her hand so she didn't struggle. So he then come back for her, and then they realise that they can't do it because he still thinks like an 18-year-old. There's a beach down there called Bootle. Yeah? And if you go on there, at Bootle Beach, it's a fantastic place to walk your dog. Sea goes out from a long way. I would say miles, but that'd be incorrect, wouldn't it? Sea goes out a long way. And yeah, perfect place to walk your dog. But now let's walk it down there. Let your missus struggle. Moaning a bit, isn't it? Oh, crab down. It's not even far. We ain't got long here. I've probably got 10-15 minutes and I'll have 2 meters in front of me of mud. I've got a bucket of water, so it'll get left out. This bait will be out until it gets a bite or I bring it in, and that'll be the end of the video. I'm warning you now, so if you're getting near the end, you know you ain't got far to go. Don't know why I'm undoing the drag, just in case there's a fish about that takes it. Anyhow, remember, I moan so you don't have to. See you in a bit. On it, but you saw it flick. There's bread all around there. The whole time I was fishing here, there's bread around there in this weed from my baiting up. So I've had scent in there. like the bread's floating, but it ain't. No, it ain't.
Tidal, is it?
Yeah.
Maybe I make me think about
some people will tell you can't.
Yeah.
But under the ICFA or whoever they are,
yeah.
they say that it's tidal as long as you're fishing.
I've never fished.
Or sea fish, as long as your gears for sea fish.
Right, I see. Yeah.
But you still get fucking dickheads that go on at you. Do you know what I mean? I fish the River Nene in Norfolk.
All right. Yeah.
And you get them there as well.
The Nene?
Yeah, but I'm only half a mile away from the wash.
All right. Yeah.
So you're right.
It's
all saltwater fish.
Yeah. No, we're thinking about trying it. Never ever fished it in my life, but we're just wondering where we, obviously, as a beginner,
come here and try and catch mullet. That'll be a challenge for you.
Yeah. As a beginner, though, you don't want to have to pay for anything, if you can help.
No, just go on the beaches.
Yeah.
But you're all right here.
Yeah.
It's only when you go inland and you aren't using sea gear. And you're in there'll be a demarcation point somewhere along the river.
Yeah,
you just have to
you can see the boards. I mean, I do a lot of walking as well. You see the boards, saying.
Yeah.
Such
and then up there, I believe a lot of it's fly fishing. You can't use a float or because you can catch trout and maggots easy as pie. That's why they fly fish for a minute.
Oh, right. Yeah, it always seems a bit bewildering trying to start this for any activity, really.
Yeah, you just want a rod and a reel. It's going to cost you 50 quid at most.
Are those starter kits okay?
Yeah, because they are, yeah.
Yeah. Just
rod and line. You just want some squid. Buy some rigs out of the shop. Get some weights.
Yeah. Give it a bash.
Just watch some YouTube. Watch some.
Well, no, that's I always forget YouTube. But,
watch them on there, and you'll pick something up and then you'll fish on the beach. You can always go ask someone; they'll soon show you.
Yeah. You're doing a bit of fishing tourism then, eh?
Fishing tourism?
Yeah, if you're up in Norfolk.
I ain't from Norfolk. Well, I'm from Norfolk. But I live in Lincolnshire now.
Oh, right, okay.
So I fish Links Coast, Yorkshire, Coast of Holdness.
Yeah, right, yeah.
I fish here once or twice a year.
Alright.
Fishing Walney Island in a couple of days.
Oh, right, yeah. Down at Barra.
Yeah. So I'm fishing there, and then I fish Norfolk.
You tried the Levens estuary,
No.
Where the Walker Bay goes in past Ulverston.
Yeah. I was on that route yesterday.
Yeah.
It's very shallow. I don't know what's there.
Is it?
I mean, there's hardly out about at the minute, and this will be the third blank in what 5 or 6 days.
At all?
No, nothing. But it's not about that for me. I like being here.
Yeah, well, that's a lovely spot.
Anyway, I like being on the beach.
Yeah.
I've just had a rower fucking go through and don't even put the hand up or anything.
No,
I'm shouting at him and he's not even replying back.
Is it right in close?
Yeah, too close. He should have been. You can see I'm fishing. Yeah, I was on Workington Beach on Thursday, and woman swimming, she come plodding along. She went quick, but she went over a kilometre and back.
Yeah.
And she stopped there and was chatting to me and asked me where's my line. I said, I reckon you're alright, but if you just go out 2 metres, you'll be fine. You get two lots of people, don't you?
Yeah, some just don't recognise that anyone else is doing anything at all.
No.
Yeah, they just think about their own activity. There's a bit of drama over there. I just after I left.
Yeah, I was filming it.
High tide.
I was filming it. It's all on. Oh, why would you go through there? It was about 2.5 foot, my missus said. Because my missus is in the van.
The bottom line is you don't know how deep it is. Well, there might be a measuring stick, but you know, effectively, if you're in any dive, you don't do it. No. And I mean, it's not like a rain flood where you might get it wrong by accident. This is the warning to the law, and it's a well-known place.
Yeah, I've been there, and there's about 4 foot of water over there, and on the big tides, and you just turn around or you just sit there and wait.
Yeah. I knew it was high tide because I've been swimming down at Sailcroft. I came up here and and this was all flooded.
Was there many people down at Sailcroft?
No, yeah, well, by its standards, a lot, yeah. There were some guys fishing as well.
I fished there, I blanked out. The last fish I caught a tooth there, and that would have been probably about 4 years ago.
Yeah, they didn't hang around actually. They left well before high tide, so.
Oh, right.
Perhaps they weren't getting anything.
I'm meeting a mate who's lives on Walney Island. He's going to dig some black lug.
Oh yeah.
And we're going to a place called Sandy Gap. So hoping.
Oh yeah, I know Sandy Gap.
Do you?
Well, yeah, it's down towards the south a little bit.
Oh, is it?
Well, yeah.
I've fished 2 parts on Walney, but he lives there, so he's out on his boat today.
Yeah, he's probably digging for worms in the Warney Channel.
Yeah.
He's probably digging there. He's seen that digging quite a lot. No, we're embarrassed.
Well, we've been coming up for ages on all the air since I got to Little and 20 years I've been coming up there.
Yeah.
And I used to go up on the fell all of them. Yeah. I need to do it now. And I started taking up fishing again probably 5 years ago.
Right.
So I've just swapped. Tom, just check that last section, will you? Because when I walked up there with my fishing rod, I've been talking. Look, you can see the water's gone. All that length of time, I don't even know if the hooks are in the water. Yeah, I've been talking to matey boys walking down there, who lives up there now from Devon. Had a nice chat, but I don't know what I said. I could have said something wrong that might get me a strike. But yeah, I don't think I did, because I wouldn't have said nothing wrong to a bloke that I don't know nothing about, apart from a twat riding past me in a boat. I'm over that now. I am over it. I'm chilled out again. So what I'm going to do is bring this rod in. Right. It'll be interesting to see where this is. Well, the bait was still on, but it weren't in the water. But I did have a good chat. It was a nice bloke. Clean that weight. Get it on the tripod. Right. I haven't seen, apart from that one mullet early on, that that broke the surface and did a swirl, as they do. I haven't seen nothing else. It's been a dire session. I haven't been. Every time I've been mullet fishing, I've not caught them, but I've seen loads of them. Let's get this reeled in, because this is I thought I was caught up then. bait gone. The bait is totally gone. Not a morsel on it. Not even, just the elastic round the hook. Oh fuck, bollocks. Yeah. Crab City out there. Which, I just don't understand. If there's that many crabs out there, why on earth isn't the fish there eating them? Don't tell me. Well, the crabs are there, Vern, because there's no fish to eat them. I understand that. I understand that. I just don't get it. I don't get it. It is unbelievable. Beautiful place to fish. Today hasn't been as good. This wind's picking up, it's now blowing my bucket over. This has not been as good as, let's say, yesterday, 2 days ago, because we saw loads of fish come to the surface, swirl around, eat my bread, you know, taking the bread that I was putting out there. Could it be that I wasn't here early enough to get that bread in amongst the seaweed so it didn't disappear? But in all this weed here where I chucked the bread, it's all in the weed still, lumps with bits of it. And some people say I bait up too much. I haven't today. This train's coming. I haven't today. There is oh, it's just one that today the fish haven't been there. I ain't coming back here again this year. I was going to fish for mullet in Whitehaven Harbour, but it's Monday now. I've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I've got 3 days because the 4th day is the day we leave. So I'm thinking on the Friday to go to Jerry's and Morgan and do that as I'm going home, because we're going home the motorway. I'm going to try that this time. And the next session you see me on, I'll be fishing with a mate of mine who lives up there, and I think he might be digging some black lug. So I'm going to have fantastic bait and fishing on Walney Island. So tune in for that next week. Hope you'll enjoy that. Hope I enjoyed the session and we have actually catch some fish. But this has been the estuary river. This is the River Esk next to the firing range, and I've had no joy today. Have I enjoyed myself? It's been lovely here in the sun. Lovely and warm, beautiful scenery, and that is it. I'll see you anon. You never had it so good, have you?